When I was 6 years old, I'm gonna get to the incarceration, but when I was 6 years old is when I remember a knock on my door. Boom, boom, boom. I go out to see who was knocking, and it was one of my uncle's friends. So I looked at him and I was like, okay, I'll open it. He asked me if my uncle was there. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's here. So boom, he kicked in the door. And there was a whole bunch of guys. They have guns. Now they putting guns to all of our heads, mine, my brother, my uncle. And I seen them jump my uncle in front of us. And we was helpless at the time. Like, what can you do at 6 years old when you're watching your family members get attacked? It's like absolutely nothing that I could do. But I'm saying that to say it was a system of seeing these things persist. And my older brother, which is Michael, is everything that I wanted to be. I kept following him. He played basketball, so I played basketball. He rapped, so I rapped. Everything he did is what I did. He's 8 years ahead of me. So I just wanted to live like him, by all means. And then when my brother, I was in the 6th grade, and I found out that my brother was on the run for a manslaughter charge. And he was facing, it's all right. Aren't you the president?
I'm so sorry. That's the first time it ever happened. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm joking. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. No, but when I found out that he was facing manslaughter charges, it hit me in a different way because I couldn't run from it. My family was good at sports. My Uncle Lonnie was extremely good. He went to Division I. My brother was good. I would like to believe I was good, but I think I was. But anyways, he was so good at sports that as soon as this case came about, it was in the newspaper. It's everywhere that I can't avoid. And I remember going to the Boys and Girls Club, which I, developed myself as a character, and talking to kids, and they were almost, laughing. It's like, how your brother is about to do life, and your brother is about to do a long time. And I remember how I felt at that point of having someone joke with me about somebody that meant everything to me. So I was going through a lot of things of not knowing who I am, and then the person that I looked to the most was taken. So I let him get seated. So the person that I looked up to the most was taken out of my life. And I told him, you didn't understand what it did to me, because everything that he did is what I aspired to do. And I have another younger brother named Cadez, who was 8 years behind me, the same length, same age that I am to Michael. So I devoted my life working with the Boys and Girls Club and helping the young adults and the children to have a better life that I wish I would have had. Like I was just talking to you. I didn't get you in Kobe. Yeah, I said it wouldn't be hard to remember that. But talking to Kobe, and I'm like, I wish there was a P.O.P.S when I was going through middle school and high school in my particular area, because it was difficult for me to handle that pressure of my brother being gone without any explanation, because it wasn't just him, it was my mother as well. Then I have a second brother named Marlon. He wasn't incarcerated, but he moved away when our house got broken up for my mother using drugs. And then once he went to North Carolina, I didn't see him as well. So it's a form of incarceration because I didn't see him for a long period of time. So going through all these things, this is the reason why I wanted to come. As I said, I had nothing prepared. I just wanted to open up about the lifestyle I went through and say that everything that you guys are doing that's opening up about your experiences is a great thing beyond what you can imagine. At this point, it may just feel as if, okay, I'm going to class. Some people may feel like, okay, I'll get a chance to eat, or I'll get a chance to get away from the schoolwork, or this is a way to relieve. But it's bigger than that. This is really deeply helpful for your future and how to get rid of the stress. Because I got a chance to talk to boys and young kids, and you see some of the things that you guys are going through, people are committing suicide behind it. It's serious. And for you to be here, to come together as one to help each other get through it, is powerful. What honestly helped me get through it was sports and friends. Sports and friends. Like, sports took my mind off of everything negative that I felt like was going on in my life. I could apply that aggression that I had onto a court or into that. And my friends helped me get through. Ironically, I have another friend named Billy, and he's doing 12 years. You know, and he was my ace, like, you know. But that's what helped me get through is sports and friends. You look at all these things and you start saying, why are you getting told this information? This is what I started coming to a conclusion of. Why are you getting told to dress a certain way? Why do you like a Mercedes-Benz? Why do you like these things? You like these things because you're getting programmed to get told this is what to like. Or else, how else would you identify with it? So this is what I go around the world or go around the country speaking about and teaching ways to open up to be one with yourself. So, I mean, obviously I placed the book and I didn't have enough for everybody. So what I did is I brought 15 to 20 of them, and you can rent them out through, you know, through the library, and you can read them. And I wrote it to be 45 pages deliberately, so, because I didn't like reading, honestly, when I was in your position. You know, because I remember getting all the work and he would say, well, you got to read some more. I'm like, I'm not reading anymore. So I kept it very, very short and to the point about practical things that you guys can do now to help you get through your daily life. Like the first step is identify what you love to do. You ask the average person, what is it that you love to do? What is it? Who are you? Can you really significantly answer that? Can you say who you are? But if you can't definitively say who you are, where do you start at? How can you definitively help someone beside you if you cannot help yourself? You have to look at it from that perspective. Everything starts in, then out. That's where the what they say, etymology of the word inside out. You start inside, then you go out. A Wise Way is a company I created to interview professionals and use their testimonies to inspire young adults. You can all write it down. So wiseway.com. We have over 700 videos. What we did was interview professionals, because when you make this next step to go to college, it's not guaranteed. I got to be brutally honest. I'm sorry. It's not guaranteed that you can meet counselors that have your best favor in mind. They may tell you to get into a particular field. You can go ahead.
Professional what?
Well, for example, we interview lawyers about how it is to truly be a lawyer. Doctors about how it truly is to be a doctor. Those type of people. We interviewed all these people in these different professions about what it truly entails to get into that particular field. Because oftentimes, even when I went to school, when I went to Toledo and I first wanted to get into industrial engineering, it didn't match with my characteristics of my lifestyle, but the counselor was like, yeah, you should just do it because they're just getting you in there. So, and I had no clue about what industrial engineering was. I just thought, you know, it sounded good. When I can, you know, tell somebody, you know, I'm industrial engineering, you know. So, me being honest. Well, if I live my whole life and I get a chance to live 20 plus years and I'm able to write a book in 40 pages, you're able to digest the most important pieces of my life in a short read. So I looked at people like Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all these different types of people, and I read their lives in hours, and I was able to digest so much information within a short period of time and all their life experiences. So that's the reason why I got into writing books. I felt like this was a succinct way of letting people know how I develop my mental.
In your book, you talk about sitting in silence and meditation. Can you say a little bit about that?
Oh, sitting in silence? Well, I think everybody should, at the minimum, sit in silence for 5 minutes as a starting point. The reason why is sitting in silence is how you understand yourself. And we get on Instagram, as I said earlier, Instagram, Facebook, etc., Snapchat, and all these things help you understand the other person. Instagram, I mean, I don't know how many times have anyone done this. You go on Instagram and say, you know, I'm just going to check out a few things. You look up and you didn't kill 10, 15 minutes looking at people's stuff. Yeah, Facebook on hours. There've been times I've been on somebody's profile and I question, I'm like, why am I even looking at their stuff? I don't even care about this person. Yeah. Then you'll see something you like and won't even like it.
And on that nerve,
that you hit with everybody who can now get on Instagram in 5 minutes.
Speaking of
Just thank Cyrus for being here.